Verse 10, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another. And they rejoice over us and they make merry and send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. Right? So what they did, they sent gifts. All right? Didn't they weren't we sold into captivity for musket, gun wine, and cocoa beans? Huh? That's the gift. Didn't they move us from one plantation to another? Huh? Didn't they take the Negro woman and give it to another slave owner as a gift so he could have his way with her? They do it to you men too. They do it to you men as well. They give y'all as gifts one to another. Understand? And they had our way with us, man. All right? Because these two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. Because when we was in rulership, we had all these heathens in subjection. They were all in subjection during our rulership, man. Understand? We tormented them. Right? Verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. And they stood up on their feet, and great fear fell upon them with Sodom. Alright, it says, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. So after 350 years, right, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into us. Alright? So when did we all get here as slaves, man? That was the year 1619. Alright, remember, the first crop of slaves came from Spain. They came over from Europe. Right? And then they grabbed the rest of us from the west coast of Africa. They brought us here. Right? We all together here in the year 1619. Now add 350 years, 1619. And what do you get? Right? You get the year 1969. Right? So it says, after 350 years from the year 19, it's a lot from the year 1690. 350 years from the year 1690. 350 years from the year 1619. That gives you 1969. He said that's when the spirit of life of the Most High entered into us. Right? And they stood up on their feet, meaning we're going to start to get back our identity, our nationality. The Most High is coming back to us. Understand? He's starting to wake us up. Understand? So, all right, just to back that up, let's go into Obadiah. Obadiah, right? 1 verse 4. Remember I said in the year 1690 we here, right? We came over here, right? 350 years from that, you get 1969. Correct? And he said from that point on the spirit of life from the Most High is going to enter into us. Understand that we're going to start standing up on our feet. Understand? And that's equal to Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. Read all Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. Understand? But I'm going to show you something with the timeline. Alright? This is Obadiah 1, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Now, who exalt themselves as the eagle? The Edomites. Right? The Edomites. If you go back to where they used to live in Mount Seir, in Petra, you'll see right at the Cleft Mount. Right? Right at the Cliff Mount, where you enter into the cave, they have a big eagle, right? The Greek used the eagle. The Roman was the eagle, all right? Hitler used the eagle. All these European nations used the eagle, right? And what's the symbol of America today? The bald eagle, right? I want you to listen to what I'm saying. Those that exalt thyself as the eagle, and those that set thy nest among the stars. How they set their nest among the stars, right? Their space station, when they go out in space, understand, and they're out there in their space station, thence will I bring thee down, says the Lord. So when they go out there out in space and try to set up their habitation, the Lord said, thence, from that time will I bring thee down. All right? Now when did they actually go out and start doing these things, man? Right? When did they really stand there on the eagle? All right? That's happened in of July 1969, the astronaut name was Neil Armstrong, right? When Neil Armstrong went out there, that's what they were saying, right? They said, one small step for man, one giant step for mankind. But what did they also say? They said the eagle has landed. The same thing they said here, right? When they said the eagle have landed, that just sealed up Obadiah 1 and 4. Understand? So that's when they went out in outer space, said they nest among the stars, and said the eagle has landed. And said when the eagle has landed, right, the Lord says, thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down. From that point on, the Lord said he's going to bring you down. Understand? So in 1969, Neil Armstrong went out in space. He said, the eagle has landed. From that point on, the Lord's starting to bring you all down. He's starting to bring down you Edomites. He's starting to bring down America. He's starting to bring down all this Edomite rulership as a whole. Understand? He's starting to bring them down from that point on. And that's why it goes back into Revelation, the 11th chapter, when it says, Revelation 11 and 11, after 3 days and a half, 250 years, from 1690, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them and they stood up on their feet. Understand? So from the Most High started to bring y'all down in 1969, he's starting to raise us up in 1969. Understand? That's when you got all them civil rights marches and protests. The country was in an utterly uproar. Understand what I'm saying? That's what's going on. Matter of fact, that Benjamin Carter, he went back to the land of Israel in 1969, claiming he's an Israelite. Even though he's going off, but the fact remained, he woke up to the fact that he's an Israelite. From that point on, it is into the movement you see it today. Understand? It started off back then with very few brothers. Now we got brothers throughout the whole world, throughout the four corners of the earth, prophesying on your street corners, man. Understand? So, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them with stardom. And great fear fell upon them with stardom. Meaning, when y'all see us starting to wake up, we're starting to say we're the Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. Y'all are getting scared because you know your judgment. Y'all are going to be destroyed and then be put in slavery, get put in chains. All right? It says, and when y'all see it, great fear fell upon y'all. Let's go into Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Wisdom of Solomon 5, I'm going to just get straight to the point. 5 and 2. It's right, it says, when y'all see it, when they see it, great fear fell upon them. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for, and their repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb and a reproach. We fools accounted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? How is his lot among the saints? Understand? And that's what y'all are saying right now. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all can't believe we're waking up. How we're waking up. Y'all can't believe it. Understand? But it's of the spirit of life of the Most High is entering into us. Understand? And we're standing up on our feet. As in Ezekiel 37 tell you, there's going to be a great exceeding army. Understand? You're waking up from the dead state of mind. Telling you our nationality and our tribe, who we are, and who our power is. Understand? Revelation 11 verse 12. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. Right? And we heard a great voice from heaven saying unto us, come up hither. See? And that's how we're going to be delivered out of here. The chariots of Israel, what y'all will call UFOs. What y'all call UFOs is really the chariots of Israel. That's how we're going to be delivered out of here. Alright? says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. Right? A great voice from heaven saying unto us, come up hither. Right? And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. But let me get this point again. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. Let's go to Luke 17. Right? It says, I heard a great voice from saying unto them, come up hither. Luke 17 and 34. I tell you, in that night there shall be two men in one bed. One shall be taken and the other left. Other shall be left. Two women shall be grinding together, and one shall be taken and the other left. Two men shall be in the field. One shall be taken and the other left. And they answered and said unto him, where, Lord? And he said unto them, wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. Understand? That's right here, man. Understand? So we heard a voice from heaven saying unto us, come up hither. And one's going to be taken and another one's going to be left. Understand? If you're a chosen elect of the Most High, you're part of the 1/3, right? You're going to be delivered. You're going to be the one that's going to be taken. Understand? And if you're not, if you're a part of the 2/3, right, you're going to be left behind. What? For the destruction, for the missile. Because that's your judgment. Because when it's time to hearken and listen, y'all didn't want to, so now y'all are going to pay. Understand? Y'all are going to pay. Understand? That again. Verse 12. And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud. Again, by the chariots of Israel, they're going to be beamed up. Alright? Ascend up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Meaning our enemies are going to watch us being delivered, being beamed up out of here. And remember, I read in Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. That they're going to be literally in shock for the strangeness of our salvation. When they see us being beamed up, see us getting delivered, they're going to be shocked and amazed of what's happening. Understand? All right?